It's definitely heating up now. Even the wildlife are constantly trying to get under the shade, it seems like. I guess with that in mind, what's going on today? Lots of interesting stuff actually. Some really good, I guess, some really bad. How about this first one, where apparently today there was a huge release of images from that James Webb Space Telescope. Apparently these are one of the first few, I guess, really high resolution images, if that's what you want to say. You can take a look at some of these pictures here, like what's this? Cosmic cliffs, glittering landscapes of star birth. Man, look at that. Is that actually real? It looks something like straight out of a movie or something like that. Mountains filled with what, stars and stuff like that? There was actually quite a few of them in terms of this, like what? Cosmic cliff in the Carina Nebula. I'm guessing maybe it's from different what? Times of the days and so forth, because the lighting and stuff is different, or is that just due to things like the camera and all that for whatever they're using? As well, aside from mountains, like this one has like what? NASA's Webb sheds light on galaxy evolution, black holes. It seems like something, again, straight out of a movie. As to the look style, it does say though, for example, image of the Carina Nebula captured by Webb's near-infrared camera with compass arrows, scale bar, and color key for reference. The north and east compass arrows show the orientation of the image of the sky. Note that the relationship between north and east in the sky is flipped relative to the direction of the arrows on a map of the ground. So does that explain, I guess, the type of image look, because it's not, I guess, a camera as what most people would think. For example, taking something with your smartphone, for example, it's more like they say, things like near infrared camera, so that I could understand why it kind of looks like, I don't know, artificial in some ways as versus what we're used to seeing anyways, but either way, it looks really cool. I was reading some comments, it's kind of interesting to think about, where people said with these images, it's one thing to, I guess, be amazed with all the scenery and all that. It's another thing for people to say, well, does this mean you and I are no bigger than, I don't know, let's just say we think something like an ant is so tiny, we are technically like an ant as well in regards to, I guess, the whole galaxy, as they say. So who knows where this will lead up to. But back down to Earth, what are we doing? I guess we're trying to kill ourselves still. And again, it's one of those things where people keep saying recreational drones, like do this and that, but read this, I guess. This one says, Ukraine war, Iran plans to supply Russia with combat drones, US warns. White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said the information the US has suggested Iran was preparing to train Russian forces to use the drones. He added that it was unclear whether Iran had delivered them yet. So is this like a situation where it's, hey, we don't like you, so we're gonna supply, I guess, your enemies with material? It does say here though, Iran said technological cooperation with Russia preceded the war, without confirming or denying the US claim. There's been no special development in this relationship recently. Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesman Nasser Kanani Chafi was quoted as saying by Iran's Fars news agency, drones have played an integral part of the war for both Ukraine and Russia. Just last week, Ukraine appealed for donations of thousands of drones to aid its war efforts. Both sides are using them to spot the enemy's positions and then help direct and correct their own artillery fire on a target. It makes you think, in the end, are we gonna obliterate ourselves and turn ourselves into nothing more than, I guess, space dust per se? Which is kind of interesting because for some odd reason, this was posted online where there was a warning of sort or preparation on how to react if there was, I guess, nuclear weapons per se dropped in your area. I guess in this one it was specifically what, in New York City? Like it says here, nuclear preparedness PSA. My first thought was, okay, why are you putting this up? Are you trying to say something is happening per se? It says here, NYC Emergency Management shares important steps for New Yorkers to follow if a nuclear attack occurs. And you can look at the video and all that. It's basically just someone, I guess, talking about what you should do if, again, I guess if a nuclear bomb or something like that dropped in the area. It says here like what? Get inside fast, get into a building, move away from windows. Stay inside, shut doors and windows, go to the middle of the building. Get clean immediately, remove clothing and shower with soap or shampoo. And it says stay tuned, follow media, sign up for Notify NYC. Officials will send wireless emergency alerts. Stay put. Man, I'm thinking if a nuclear bomb or something dropped in the area, I don't even know if you would have time to react in any single way. You'd probably be obliterated in a couple of seconds. I mean, just based on what they showed in history and so forth of dropping like what, atomic bombs and all that, I don't think you have time to react. So it makes you wonder again why they're releasing this all of a sudden as well, and how prepared are people, honestly, because I would imagine again, if someone decide, okay, we're firing these things, I would imagine certain parts of the world you're just toast immediately. A little unfortunate, but let's see what happens, I guess. I'd rather people spend their time and money exploring things like, for example, space and all that, not stuff like this. What the heck is going on? Is it trying to swallow like a fish or something? Alright, see you guys later.